Hey guys, thanks for clicking on this video. I had a lot of fun doing this one. I pretty much dug in my own collection to find some stuff that I haven't played with in a while, and there's really sometimes no rhyme or reason, sometimes there's a reason. So if you want to see how you get this look and you want to kind of play around and dig in my old collection, then keep watching. So I went through and scrummaged through my collection to figure out what I haven't used in a while, and I actually have some stuff that I'm excited to play with. Alright, so starting off with my eyes, I'm just going to be using a regular concealer. I'm going to be using this concealer. This is an LA Girl one. This color is not a good match for my under eyes or really anywhere on my face. So I like to use it on my eyes just as a base, especially when I'm filming. If I'm wearing this all day long, I'm most likely not going to use this. And I haven't used this in a minute. This is a powder that you can find at Walgreens. It's the Coty Airspun face powder. It's a loose powder. Oh, now I just remembered why I don't use it. I took the sponge off of it, which I probably shouldn't have done. But I'm just gonna powder. Now that my eyes are nice and blank, I'm gonna start off with some eyeshadow colors. Not all of these are standard ones that I never use or don't use anymore, but I'll just kind of let you guys know why I stopped using them, or if there's a reason why, or whatever. So I'm going to start off with my bronzer as my transition color. This is by NYX. This, I haven't used it in a while. I'm not sure why. I think it was just too dark. It's a great transition color regardless. Okay, this color is the one I'm most excited about. I am taking this color. It's from a Too Faced palette. It's like blue-brown pigment. MAC has it. Almost everybody has a color like this. Put this on my lid first, and then I'll show you guys how I kind of intensify it. So I'm just going to blend out the very edge. And actually, I'm going to bring it up a little bit higher. The reason for that is my eye shape, when you kind of look straight, it hides a lot of what is going on in the lid. So I'm going to fake where my crease is by extending it upwards. Now to intensify that eye, I'm going to be dipping into that color again, load up that brush, kind of tap a little bit off, and then I'm spraying my brush with the Mehron Barrier Spray. This is a sealer fixative. It's really, really intense. I love this for intensifying kind of any eyeshadow, but it does something just so different that no other sprays that I found does. Like, it's intense, and it makes it last on your eyelid super long. So I actually added this to my kit because I just think it's amazing. And it hasn't. You see the difference between this eye and this eye? I'm going to use the color Smut. This is another color I never use. And I'm trying to remember, is it because I don't like it? So I'm just going to add that in the outer crease, just so that it's dark regardless of what direction I'm looking. I'm going to dip it into my blending brush and then blend. To try to make it look really dark and sandwichy. Yeah, I'm just not liking this color. I'm going to take a flat brush, well, it's kind of flat, and I'm taking the color from the Nude Meat Matte palette from The Balm. I'm taking the color Matte Smith, and I'm putting that on my brow bone. I'm going to dip into Matte Gallagher, which is the next brown. It's more of a muted brown, so it's not that warm. Just to blend it out with the crease. These are the MAC 35s, 35s, and they're just very intense and big and fluffy, and I haven't used them in forever. Alright, I'm going to put on my lashes and I'll be right back. Okay, my lashes are on, and as you can see, they're super big, and that's probably why I don't use them that often. They just forget how overwhelming they could be. For my brows, I think I'm just going to stick to my typical brow pencil, which I probably should have just done this off camera. So one thing that I had not played with in a long time, and it's really strange because it used to be my favorite, is my spackle. it has like illuminating properties to it. Doesn't really, it's not like strobe cream where it's iridescent. It's more, they have like a light reflecting type of particles inside of it, but it's super soft and it's really good for any high coverage foundations that you might have, or especially if you're wearing long lasting or long wearing or even mattifying foundations. Okay, for my foundation I'm using the L'Oreal Pro Matte. I haven't played with this in a while, and I think it's because I've been loving the Pro Glow. So I'm mixing 108 and 110 together. Yeah, 110 looks like it's a like better color. And I have a lot of blemishes today, so this foundation is really good for making sure that it blends and disguises all your blemishes. Oh, I forgot why I don't use this anymore. It's so pretty. It makes your skin look really good. I think the important thing with this foundation is that you have to hydrate your skin really well. Otherwise it can be very cakey, and also it feels uncomfortable. So I think if you prep your skin, put a lot of moisturizer on, and also have a really moisturizing primer, it's going to make your skin feel better. Moving on to my concealer. I'm going to be using my L'Oreal True Match Concealer. This is in the color W4 to 5. I use this concealer all the time, and oh my gosh, I'm almost out. Whoa. Okay, well I'm going to use whatever's on the... So it's a light concealer, but I think it'll go with the look that we're doing, especially because everything's very dramatic. The lashes are dramatic, the eyeshadow is pretty dark. Another thing that I dug into my collection that I haven't used in a while is my Anastasia powders. These are the like the contour highlighting powders, and I'm using the color, I believe it's Banana. I'm going to mix it with the color below it, so I don't know what color that is, so I'm just going to play with them and see. So smooth. The lash is providing such a strong shadow, then I have to make sure I brighten the inner corners. I gotta play with that some more because that feels really nice on the skin, and it definitely makes everything look really soft and smooth. Since I haven't played with this in a while, let me go back with the NYX bronzer. I'm using my favorite e.l.f. brush ever. This is the complexion brush. I love using it for my bronzer. It's honestly does something that nothing else does. So I have to like smack my face with it, but it helps like create the contour. This blush or this bronzer could definitely be a blush depending on your skin tone. The one thing I will say about this foundation is that everything that you put on top of it glides on so nicely. That's the one thing that I miss from this foundation, is like how amazing everything layers on top of it. I'm going to use my teeny brush and dip it in there again. I have to be careful with this one only because it's a little warm. Yeah, I'm going to take the same shimmery kind of color and just buff that pretty low underneath my eyes. It has a beautiful maroon kind of tone to it, so I'm just going to like let that play. Okay, so now that my lashes, I kind of pinch them together. You want to make sure that the curls are kind of even when you're facing straight. So I'm noticing this one's not as curly, so I'm going to just add a little bend to it. For my highlighter, I haven't played with this in a little too long, and I'm mad at myself for it, but this is the color Hush, so I'm going to use it with my fingers. Oh! That's shiny! Yeah, I did a good job. I didn't lift any of the foundation, which is nice, but it's not the easiest to work with, but it's super pretty. And because I just want it to be extra powdery, I'm using the color Opal by Becca. This is the little baby child size that they gave free with some purchase that I had. And while I'm at it, I'm going to use a teeny bit of that highlighter and add it to my inner corner. Alright, let me put some bottom mascara. So I'm going to use my falsies again. This is the non-waterproof. I find that this one isn't as black as my waterproof one, so I'm not sure what that's about. And I don't put mascara after I put on my falsies. I like to reuse my falsies, and I know you can clean them, but they get really gross and I don't have patience for it. I repackaged my L'Oreal Pro setting powder or something and I put it into the Fix Plus. Did you guys know that the L'Oreal one was milky like this? So I'm just going to spray my face. So this isn't Fix Plus, it's just repackaged L'Oreal. So it's not going to give me that sheen as much as Fix Plus will. I don't think I'm going to use blush. I'm just going to put a little bit more bronzer along my cheekbones and cheeks and use that as my blush. Okay, now for my lips, I have not played with this in a long time. This is the liner Half Red. Half Red from MAC is a really great one because you can pretty much use it all on its own. It has a little bit of sheen to it though, so I'm not going to wear it by itself. I'm going to put something on top. It almost has like a mauve-y, purpley tone to it. Do you see how like you can wear it by itself? And I'm dipping into this little guy. I kind of want to play with, which one haven't I played with? Maybe Naked? Back Talk. It's this guy right here. It's a matte finish. It might be too light. We'll see. And that color is perfect. That looks so pretty. I gotta buy that color. That's a really good one. I actually have a lot of colors like that from MAC, and I really probably should stop buying colors like this because I can't stop. Alright guys, this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed doing that with me and digging into my old gems to find some stuff that I haven't played with in a while. I always like kind of digging through my collection, but I need a reminder sometimes to do that. So hopefully you got to kind of play along with me and get excited about some of your products that you probably haven't played with in a while. If you haven't subscribed already, please make sure that you're doing that in the little red button below. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.